Moving on to the next topic, which deals with the farmers, who are the pillars of development and their role in nation building. For this topic, I have a guest speaker with me today who is very sweet and knowledgeable. So please welcome Aparna Singh, who is going to explain us about the farmers of our country and their role in nation building.
Good evening, everyone. Today is 23rd of December, and this day we celebrate as the Farmers' Day. It is the birth anniversary of our fifth Prime Minister, Chaudhry Charan Singh, who was a great farmer leader. We celebrate this day to commemorate the contribution that farmers have given to this country from time immemorial. A nation which is food insecure cannot live with dignity in this world. Currently, there are 34 countries that are food insecure, and by 2050, more than half of the population of the world will rely on food that will be coming from the countries other than theirs. There was once upon a time a situation with India as well in 1950s when we had to import our food from US under PL 480. And that was the time when a common US citizen thought of Indian as a person with a begging bowl. Under PL 480 agreement, India had to pay to US in rupees and not in dollars to save its foreign exchange reserves. At this moment, our farmers came to the forefront, came to the rescue of the dignity of the country, and by 1972, India one-sidedly revoked that agreement and said, we no more want your agricultural produce because we are self-sufficient. It was because of the Green Revolution, and it was because of our farmers. Even today, the big MNCs like Pepsi, McDonald's, and lot others such food chains rely on farmers for their business. Farmers are a community which is apolitical. They don't side with any political party as such, and the demands of the farmers across the nation is almost similar. Therefore, we will see that none of the government can govern without taking the farmers on board. They are the vehicles of social and economic change in rural India. Even pre-independence, the community which was most damaged by the colonial rule were the farmers. According to an economist, Utsav Patnaik, the company and the British government extracted $45 trillion from 1765 to 1938 from the farmers, which is equal to 2 decades of GDP of India. The many uprisings that were troubling the Britishers came from the farming community, be it Santhal insurrection, be it the Blue Mutiny, be it the Pabna and Bura, the Deccan riots, the Champaran, the Kheda, the Bardoli. Most of the people whom we think of as great leaders, they chose farmers' movement, they chose farmers, they chose the issue of the farmers to bring it to the forefront. Gandhi was launched in the political scenario of the country through Champaran movement. Champaran was a movement of the farmers, and Gandhi was called to lead it. It was not initiated by Gandhi. Similarly, in Bardoli, we saw how the rich and the small landless laborers collaborated against the brutal British rise of taxes to 30%. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel led that movement. And in 1928, we saw that British had to heed to the demands of the farmers. And this vitalized the importance of civil disobedience, the importance of satyagraha, which further we saw in the civil disobedience movement. Swami Sahajanand, he united the farmers and made them a vehicle of social change. He challenged the feudal system of the country. His Kisan Sabha, which was having just few thousand members when it was established, had more than 250,000 members in 1938. After the feudalism was challenged by him, we came to know about the Krishi Sanskriti. If we translate that into English, it will come as agriculture culture. But that doesn't sound good, and that doesn't encompass what the Krishi Sanskriti of our country means. The Krishi Sanskriti of our country are the carriers, are the ones who take forward the communitarian life of our country. This communitarian life, this communitarian culture gives resilience to the people of this country. And this resilience gives the stability to the nation. This is what is lacking in the countries which are governed by the industrial policy, the industrial countries. The basic dream of any American, the whole life, the whole earning period of an average American is spent on thinking about the life post-retirement. Whereas that is not the same in India. In India, the child is owned. In India, the parents are owned. And they are exclusively owned. The child is exclusively owned by the parent. The parents are exclusively owned by the child. This is the communitarian life. If you go to a village and you try to speak in English, the villagers will sideline you. They don't want anything that breaks their communitarian life. No matter how rich you are, no matter how wealthy you are. They always try to live in community and move forward together. So this is the contribution that our farmers have given to this nation. And therefore, the nation recognizes the importance of the communitarian life that prevails in our villages. And that is why it is very important to ensure that the agricultural life, the farmers, are safeguarded. Their interests are safeguarded. Looking into the contribution that the government is doing for safeguarding the interest, now we see there was a recent report on the assessment of the rural household, of the farmer's household, and it was found that from 2013 to 2019, the condition of the farmers they have become better. The viability of agriculture has increased. The overall indebtedness has come down, and the appetite for the risk mitigation has increased. If we see the number of households that are getting their primary income from agriculture, that has gone up from 54% in 2013 to 58% in 2019. Income of agriculture household has also increased in nominal terms by 59% from 2013 to 2019. It was 6,426 in 2013 and it is 10,219 in 2019. Similarly, the rural indebtedness. The indebtedness has come down from 2013 to 2019 from 52 to 50%. And the maximum decrease in indebtedness are among the people who are owning very small piece of land. That is small landowners, less than 1 acre. Similarly, crop insurance has played a tremendous role in risk mitigation. There was a small experiment done by the International Water Management Body along with the index-based flood insurance. They did that experiment in few villages in Muzaffarpur, and they found that they could easily find out that which are the farmers which need the insurance coverage, and the insurance coverage to the tune of 20,000 per farm household was given, immediately disbursed to them through this insurance and index-based insurance and the International Water Management Body. So these are the few things that are done by the government to safeguard the interest of the farmers. The farmers became another change of the political scenario, and if we see the initial two parliaments, they had immense number of people from farming community represented in the parliament. Chaudhry Charan Singh was a great farm leader, and he brought the interest of the farmers, they institutionalized it and made it a vehicle of political change, and thereby we saw him as the 5th Prime Minister of the country. Post-independence also, we have seen farmers coming together and striving for their rights, and because of which they could ensure the MSP, they could ensure the import tariff to safeguard the competition from the imports. Therefore, I think the contribution of farmers is not just the cloth, the shelter, and the food that we eat, but also beyond. The communitarian life that farmers, the agricultural community, the villages sustain, it transcends the time. Therefore, the heroes that we have today, like Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Mahavira, they all belong to the Krishi Sanskriti. They all belong to the farming background. Even today, they are our heroes. Now, I would like to end my talk by a sentence from Mr. M.S. Swaminathan. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing else will have a chance to go right in this country. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, ma'am. Friends, with this, I have come to the end of the English program today. Priyanka will be awaiting next Thursday, same time. Till then, be tuned in to FM 102.4 MHz for our upcoming programs.